YouTube, what the crap's going on? HeirofCarthage here, and man, I'm excited. So I am in Austin, Texas, and I'm here with the MSI Dragon Squad, ready to check out the new AMD Ryzen 5 processors and unlock all the secrets. So they left a little gift box here in my room, and I'm excited to open it up. I've been told that there's some really good stuff in it. So let's bust into the box and see what MSI and AMD have got in there for me. Alright, so I'm back, and I guess that I'm kind of like heir of hands and torso now, because, yeah, the way you're going to see this angle. I don't really have a better way to film this unboxing, and I want you to be able to see the product and not me, because this is going to be the important part. Yeah, so when I got to my hotel room, this awesome gift box was sitting here, so check this out, man. It's like a wooden box, Dragon Squad logo, looking pretty slick, might I add. And then a Best Secrets of Ryzen here. So what's in the box? Let's get the lid off here and find out. See if I can do it without hitting my microphone or anything else. It's going to take some skill, so boom! Look what we got inside here. So obviously, draw your attention here to the left. We've got this Ryzen 5. This is a 1600X processor, so should be a lot of fun. I'll talk through some of the details on that shortly. And then over here we got this sweet Dragon G mini-series figurine to show everybody the Dragon Squad pride I got going on right now. And let's check out what's underneath it. And boom! B350 AM4 socket Tomahawk motherboard from MSI, obviously meant for Ryzen. Super excited. It's going to be a great motherboard. Let's take a look at some of the specs on that. Alright, so I've got the motherboard set up for you here out of the box. I know the camera angle is just a little bit weird because I couldn't quite get the shot without the tripod in the bottom of it, but let's talk through some of the features of the B350 Tomahawk motherboard that we have here. You can see that just aesthetically, very pleasing board. Nice black and gray color scheme there that's going to be a nice neutral to go with just about any type of build you want. There is just a hint of red here, which is obviously a signature from MSI, which I personally really like, but obviously shouldn't be a big deal if you're going into design. So just talking through some of the main features, this is the AM4 socket for your Ryzen 7th generation AMD processor. You've got 4 DIMM slots here for DDR4 RAM, and the RAM that it supports up to 3200 on an overclock profile. The RAM I purchased for it is a 2400 megahertz variety, but yeah, it supports up to 3200 megahertz, so very nice support actually. Just to point out a couple other things, this is actually your CPU fan header here. It's a 4-pin header, and then over here there is a separate water cooler 4-pin header, and of course next to it you can see one of the 4 system fan headers. I've had several MSI motherboards right now, and I'm typically kind of familiar with where they keep these things. You've got one CPU or system fan header here, and then you've got another one here. This one is slightly different than the others I've had, and I believe there you got another one. Yeah, it's going to be down in that vicinity. Yeah, it's going to be down there. So in any case, just to point out some of the other features, so that was your 4 fan headers. Here's your 24-pin ATX power, kind of right where you expect it. Right here on this edge of the board here too is a USB 3.0 header, and then you've got another USB 3.0 header here, and then 2 USB 2.0 headers down here at the bottom of the board. So lots of USB headers, plenty of overhead room for you to come in and add, you know, different USB devices, like, you know, if you have a Corsair Link type thing or any other peripheral that's going to use a USB header. That's a very nice feature to have, and it has a lot of them, so it leaves a lot of expansion room for you. Just to talk through some of the other features, you've got your Turbo M.2 slot right here. This would allow you to use NVMe SSDs to get some ludicrous speed out of your storage. I'm using some NVMe SSDs in my laptop, and trust me, they're fast. So a pretty awesome feature to have. There are the 2 PCIe 1 slots here. This would be good stuff for like capture cards or anything else that just uses that type of format. Down here we've got some PCIe Express expansions, and then here is your PCIe 3.0 by 16 slot, your main slot for the graphics card with the steel armor, which like I said is nice in the days of bulky graphics cards. And then down here is your PCIe 2.0 by 16 in case you want to run like maybe an SLI type setup. The motherboard does support overclocking, which is quite nice indeed. and it's always a nice feature to be able to add in there. It doesn't have a knob like I've worked on the 270 motherboards, but we'll check out the overclocking capability once we get this thing installed into a build and get into BIOS. Let me just give you a quick look at the back panel here. Get it focused in. So there is the back panel of your motherboard. Again, 5 overall USB slots. 3 of them are going to be the faster USB 3.1. You've got the one USB-C, your Ethernet cable, and then 6 audio jacks. The onboard video jacks for most people aren't a big deal, obviously, because you're going to plug in a graphics card. I'm trying to think if there's any other main features. I mean, you've got your Mystic lighting, HD audio, all that kind of stuff set up down here, which is very nice. Also in the box with this, obviously, is the back plate that goes on the back when you put it in the case. You'll see that when I do the install. Came with SATA cables, the drivers, and a very thorough manual as well, which never hurts because you never know when you're going to find yourself looking for something in those manuals. Can definitely be handy. Overall, to me, this is a fantastic builder's motherboard. And at the price range that this thing runs, it is absolutely packed full of features and gives you a ton of options. Definitely could recommend this both to an experienced builder and a first-time builder. I'm going to have a lot of fun with this, and I'm really excited to put together a build on it. All right, one of the other items we had in the box was this Ryzen 1600X processor. I'm extremely excited for this. This is a great processor, and I'm really excited to get my hands on it because I think that this is the Ryzen that's going to strike a really nice balance between being a really good gaming processor and also being a workhorse if you're into rendering video or other things that require a lot of threads or cores to get done. So 6 cores, 12 threads, base clock of 3.6 gigahertz, boost clock to 4 gigahertz, which that's pretty slick for a 6-core processor. I mean, that is pretty nice. And you throw on top of all that that this is an X version, which means we can overclock it. And trust me, there will be overclocking. And also, this comes in at a 95-watt TDP and fits that AM4 socket on the MSI B350 motherboard, which we'll cover in a little more detail now as well. This particular one that I have in the box did not come with one of the AMD Wraith coolers, so we'll find an aftermarket cooler, probably a water cooler so that we can explore the overclocking abilities, and we'll put it through its paces both on benchmarks and in-game. I know a lot of you are going to be excited to see how this thing handles Total War, but I'll also benchmark it through some other games so you can get an idea of how it's going to work. All right, and last but certainly not least, the key feature to enhancing the performance of all of this is the MSI Dragon figurine that they throw in here. This thing's pretty sweet. Trust me, this thing will be adorning my desktop and make a fine addition to my workstation. So no, I'll go ahead and sum this up in total. I mean, extremely gracious for MSI and AMD putting this event on. I am so pumped up to go build this system when I get back. I'm still on the trip as I'm recording this, so do bear in mind that I'm going to go actually visit at AMD's office tomorrow and get to learn a whole bunch of the secrets behind Ryzen, get to talk to the engineers and the developers, and really get a chance to dive into that chip and figure out what really makes it tick. And I'm hoping to bring that experience home to you, and then I'll be able to put it into a build and show you how to build your own awesome AMD gaming rig and get yourself set for Total War or whatever other game it is you want to see. Obviously, Total War is what I specialize in, but I'll show you other games as well. Make sure you understand what this system can do. My goal is to be able to put this system together for around $1,000 or under. If I go a little bit overboard, then I guess you just take home some of the benefit from that, because I am going to give that system away. That's right. What I build out of this, I'm going to be giving away to one lucky viewer. So make sure you keep an eye out for that. Also, if you're watching this, please make sure to go sign up for the Reasons to Upgrade to Ryzen contest. There'll be a link in the description. Highly suggest you go check that out. They're giving away 18 AM4 socket motherboards so that you can update your Ryzen machine and get it up to speed with the latest CPU from AMD. That's all I've got for now. Hope you enjoyed the unboxing. Really appreciate MSI and AMD, and I can't wait to see what the rest of this trip has for me as we unfold the best secret of Ryzen here in Austin.